Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to Roots and Refuge. I'm having kind of slow and easy morning this morning. We just got back yesterday from vacation and I thought I would turn the camera on. Okay, so if you've been here with us for very long, you may remember that when we rolled over 100,000 subscribers, which was in 2019, early 2019, we told our kids that when we got to that point, we would take them on a cruise. Now, we told them this when we first really started doing YouTube regularly, which was like early 2018. And we honestly did not expect it to happen so quick. And then it did. We had a few videos kind of start trending and our channel grew really fast as far as, you know, regular YouTube standards go. And so we told our kids we were going to take them on a cruise. Well, that summer of 2019, we weren't able to work out the schedule with Malia to be able to come because, you know, at the time she was living in Vegas with her mom and stepdad, and we just couldn't work it out. And we didn't want to go, obviously, on a family vacation without all our family. So we planned on doing it the next summer. And we had planned on going on a cruise during the summer of 2020, which obviously that got canceled. So since then, it's just been the, you know, the crazy hecticness of letting all of that settle and being able to get our schedule together. And we planned last year, we just planned the cruise this year because we were like, if we don't do it now, like our children are growing up, you know, we have to. So we just got back yesterday afternoon. It's been storming since then. I'm about to go out and milk my goats and take a look at everything. But I'm sitting here having my coffee this morning and I still feel like I'm on a boat. It's very disorienting. I wanted to show you guys this first before I go. So I have made a goal for myself, which actually, let me go get it. All right. I started this project the day before we left for the cruise. I need to rein my thoughts in. My favorite crochet channel to watch is called Bag a Day Crochet. Crystal's been doing crochet content for years now. She's got like 1 million subscribers. She's got a really large crochet channel. And when I first learned to crochet when I was in high school, but I'd only ever done basic stuff like scarves. And then when Jackson and Asher were really small and I was doing my photography business, I would make like baby hats and little baby things for photo shoots and to use. Well, I laid it down for a long time, and then a couple years ago, when I got really sick and I had to learn how to rest for the first time in my adult life, I picked crocheting back up and learned that it is really beneficial as far as like regulating your nervous system and just kind of helping you get to a place of rest and peace. And it was very beneficial for me because I could like crochet while I watched a show or crochet while I listened to an audiobook, and it was enough engagement for my very fast moving mind to like settle down. Anyway, Crystal's channel, Bag a Day, I've done so many of her tutorials. The way she teaches like clicks for me, and I've yet to successfully read a crochet pattern. I just, for whatever reason, and of course I do have sometimes issues like understanding things, especially if I can't see them visually, see somebody do it. So for her tutorials to click so easily for me, she's kind of my go-to. Like when I want to make something, I always go see first if she has a tutorial. She also does really great like yarn videos and stuff, unboxing yarns. And I've shared recently, like it helps me to find motivation for things by just kind of listening to somebody talk about doing them, which I get it. I mean, so many of you tell me that I do that for you in the garden, you know, like you put my channel on while you wash dishes and then you want to go work in your garden. But this is one of Crystal's designs, which I will put a link to this video. It's just a shawl, and I made this one really large. This is what I made on the cruise. So I started it the night before I left, and my goal was to wear this on the last night of the cruise. It was 5 days. And so I worked on this the whole time, like while I was sitting next to the pool with the kids or at the beach. I'm sitting there doing my crocheting, which was really cool. And I made this like 100% cotton yarn because I wanted this to be like a summer shawl. I was thinking like swimsuit cover up, or, you know, just something that's not super warm. But I sometimes struggle with being in the air conditioning because I do spend so much time outside. until I get cold when I'm inside. So I thought this was really cool. I really like it. I don't really want to admit how long it took me for this pattern to click in my mind. Like I would get to it's a 2-row repeat for you crocheters, but I would have to go back and study it over and over to remember how it went. But about halfway through this, I would say it became easy. So I finished this one. I did indeed get to wear it to dinner on the last night of the cruise. And yesterday when I got home, it was thunderstorming, and so I couldn't go out in the garden. So I started another one of the same pattern that I was going to send to a friend of mine. And this is like a 100% linen yarn. Isn't that interesting? It's really crunchy. I'll tell you that right now the texture of it is not great, but I actually went and looked at a lot of reviews and stuff, and I feel assured that once this is washed and has a chance to soften, it's actually going to be really drapey and lovely. But I'm sending this to a friend of mine that lives in a warm place, so I figured that it would be nice to have something light. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm pretty proud of this. This is probably my favorite thing I've ever crocheted. Just because, I don't know, I just love how it turned out. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. And I've done a lot of wool things. I've done lots of hats and shawls and things like that. But I don't know, I just really liked the cotton. I like how squishy it is. It's really nice. But I've been sitting here this morning drinking my coffee, just rocking in my bar stool, working on that linen shawl. Bear has looked at me multiple times like, woman, are we going outside or what? I got the camera and he got really excited. You want to go out? Come on. Of course, a week in the summer brings a lot of growth to gardens. This is my volunteered driveway squash. It's a pumpkin. It's a Dutch pork pie pumpkin that volunteered. I grew a lot of these last year and then fed a lot of them to the animals, so I'm sure seed just got carried over here by a bird. But I have a few of these that are ripe. I'm so interested. I really want to keep up with how much weight comes off of this. This is one plant, and there's so much food on this, and I did nothing for it. Like, look how big these are. Put my hand on it. Huge. I think this is the biggest one right here. It's massive. It's probably a 30-pound pumpkin. Hello, Cherry. Y'all don't see much of this kitty because she actually doesn't socialize much with people. When we got all our barn cats, we talked to just like people we knew locally, and we anybody who had kittens that were like living outdoors, we just said we would take some of them, and we ended up with 5 kittens. They're all females, and we just took them all and got them fixed because we did not want 100 kittens. And it's funny how different all their personalities are, but you can definitely tell the cats that came from places where there were children, because those are the really friendly ones because they got handled a lot when they were small. And then we have a couple of them that you don't get anywhere near, which is fine. Hey guys. Good morning, girls. Good morning. Fly spray. Back to the grind.
Well, I wouldn't call it a grind.
I wouldn't call it a grind either. Kind of nice, huh? To get back to our routines.
Back to cow spa day.
Is that what you call this? Wit, young sir. What do you say, boy? Hey, sweet, handsome boy. Soon, Wit is going to be too stinky to pet like this. How's she dealing with a little change in her routine? She's fine?
She actually likes it better.
Oh, really?
Not that way. Go. Honestly, I might keep it this way.
Really?
Yeah, because she comes in and she turns, and then when she backs up, she just gets to go straight instead of having to turn around and go out. With only having 1 cow and milk, she wasn't able to keep up with that grass. I mean, right. That grass hasn't been that tall in a long time. Yeah.
Hey, Freya. Hey, girl. Oh, you like that ear scratch, huh? Freya's my favorite cow. She's so sweet. They moved the cows around, and it was just because this paddock on the right is a little smaller. That one on the left is larger. But there was a bale of hay over there, and since it's just Freya, since Hope is gone, she wasn't getting through the bale fast enough, and they just switched them because we have a few weaned steers that were back here that we pulled off their moms. So we have to give them enough time to stop trying to nurse to put them back in the main population. We just put them over there so that they would eat that bale of hay down, and then put Freya over here, and Maya was saying he liked the flow of it, so that's cool. Hey girls. Y'all still got a good deal in there. Don't be picky. Maya's trimming the goat's hooves this morning. It's been really wet the last couple weeks. After we had all that drought, it's been very wet since then. And we're about to get a whole lot more rain because of, I don't know if they're calling it Hurricane Debbie yet, or if it's still a tropical storm. But this whole week we're just getting doused with rain, which is fine. But with the goats, when it's been wet and it's about to be really wet, you really want to make sure their hooves are like well maintained, so that they're not prone to having like hoof rot or anything like that. You know, we didn't have to deal with hoof care nearly as much when we lived in Arkansas because it was so rocky where we were that they were climbing on rocks, and just the ground itself was really hard and rocky, and it kept their hooves down. But here, where we have so much topsoil in this particular part of our farm, where we have like our barn and the garden, just this kind of this middle strip of our farm, which is where all of the high area kind of flows down, and this was cattle fields for decades. And there's, I don't know, like 10 to 12 inches of pretty good topsoil, which is crazy for this area. But it's so soft that where we keep the goats, their hooves grow quickly, and there's nothing to wear them down on. Jeremiah, you're doing all kinds of spa services today.
Manicures.
You're doing petties and the fly spray treatment. She done?
Yeah, she's looking fancy.
Clary girl, you getting your toes done? Winnie girl? She's like, what is taking you long? It's spa day, girlfriend. Maya's doing a lot of the moving stuff around and picking up for me today. I knew going on a cruise that I would likely have kind of some inflammation. I have like inflammatory responses that aren't quite right, and I'm able to keep my diet really clean at home. And I don't do strict carnivore anymore, but I still do eat very heavy protein and then some veggies and stuff out of the garden. And going on the cruise, I knew that I was just going to be limited. And I did not go like crazy and eat a bunch of stuff that I knew I shouldn't. But even still, I'm feeling it today. So, glad to be back home to my bed and my dog and my coffee and my food. The vacation was wonderful. The kids had a great time. Some of my siblings came with us, and that was super fun. And just all around, it was really, really good. Very restful. But anytime I'm away from home, I'm reminded of what a homebody I am. Because when I come back home, just the overall feeling of just... it's so good. I'm so happy to be milking my goats this morning, even if my joints are hurting real bad. I also fully expected to have lambs born while we were gone. We planned this trip, and we were, you know, when we planned it, and then when we got the sheep, we thought that they were due earlier. And I was like, for once, I'm not gonna have babies due while I'm gone. And then I almost dumped the milk down the sink. I get to talking, not paying attention. And then it comes down to us leaving, and they're all bagging up. I'm like, of course. But they didn't. They actually did not have their babies while I was gone. So we will be here for the lambing. That's exciting. This week is back to school week. So it's probably going to be a pretty busy week for me. Getting them all situated and settled, and then also getting ready to move Jackson into his dorm, which is 2 weeks from yesterday. I'm not ready. Well guys, I think I am going to shoot a video this evening, fully going through the garden. It's looking like it's about to start raining right now. I think this week is going to be a dance of that, doing farm work between thunderstorms. I hope all of you are in the path of the storm are safe, and we'll be praying for you. And yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me this morning. God bless you. Until next time.